Yeah. Hello?
Okay, we are here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Oh,
Let's
awesome.
go.
Let me pull this. I know we I'm so excited. We made it. We here. So let's get into it. So today, for everyone that's on here, we are talking to I looked on here. I said music artist, but I definitely stand corrected. Veteran MC.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got to put some respect on it.
I stand by that. I stand by that.
A veteran MC sounds like someone who's definitely mastered their craft, right, Gran?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Oh my
What
goodness.
up, world?
So
What up, world? What's good?
I was looking at something. I said, oh my goodness, all of this time, I feel like I've been watching your path as you've gone along this journey. Like you have a beautiful wife. You shared that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bought a house.
Yeah,
Like
we've been
these are the
following each
things
other
that
for
I've
quite some time.
seen.
It's been growth. It's been a journey, a lot of life.
A lot of life. Shout out to PK Entertainment. Shout out to PK Entertainment 17. You guys go and follow them. Yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that.
Yes, yes, sir. Salute.
All of this time, for some reason, I thought that you were from Cleveland.
Nah, I'm from Long Island, New York, Suffolk
I
County, born and
know,
raised.
but why did I think that though? For some reason, I felt like that was years and years and years
I got
ago, and
family in Cleveland. Actually. So shout out to my cousin Janice Black, my cousin Latoya. Yeah, I got family out there. But me, Long Island, New York, all my life, born and raised. So shout out to Ghostland, my squad out here. That's our name for
that's
Long Island.
That's
We
what it
here.
is. Oh, you got family there. Cause I'm like, and then when I looked on it became like, he's from Long Island. All of this time, all these years, I thought you were from my hometown. It's all love though. Let's talk about, we'll get right into the music, but I can tell you that I started these conversations about, I don't know, 30 conversations ago. When we went into the quarantine, I was like, okay, everything is canceled. What's next? So I figured that I would just come on here and have conversations with my friends, business associates, and we just talk about creating and just collabing
Mhm.
and just talking about, just inspired. Number 31. Thank you, Brenda. And so it has really grown in a short span of time, I feel like, because I never hardly ever went live. But
Yeah,
I love talking in front of people. I love the stage. And so I just needed to take it in a different form. So here we are digitally.
yeah. It's a
Wow,
it's a
that is
nice
so cool.
experience. I like it. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, right? So
Yeah,
let's talk about this. Can we talk about this?
we could talk about whatever you like. I'm happy to talk about that right there. That's my new feature right there off my
Uh-huh.
upcoming album. Ever
Oh
Wonder
my
Why? Featuring
goodness.
Dragon. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I seen that. I said, wow, how did this come about?
I had another feature that didn't work out, so
Hmm.
that was next on deck, and my publicist had brought Dragon up, I believe, to me a few months ago, and I was like, yo, that would be a very good look. I respect his pen game tremendously. He's a legend, basically,
Uh-huh.
from a legendary clique in New York. Let's go. I'm eager to do it. I want to see what he brings to the table with my track. And it's fire. I love it. I love it. I just dropped it a few days ago, and so far the response has been enormous. And
Oh
I
no,
can't wait
it's
to keep the
nice.
video.
I listen. Yeah, I listened
It's
to it. I
hard.
said, wow, yeah, it's pretty dope. Who produced it?
Oh, my boy Grams produced it. Shout out to Grams and Superior Studios. Grams is a beast. He's multi-talented. He's an MC too. So shout out to my brother Grams. Patchwork Stand Up. We here. Yeah, man. He produced it. And he produced a couple more tracks on my debut too. I think I got 2 more joints by him too. So, yep.
Wow, that is pretty dope. How did you get into the mindset of starting your own indie label so young?
Really, to me, I didn't feel so young. It was more like it seemed to be a natural transition of what the game was going through.
Hmm.
In the late 90s, so there was a lot of rap conglomerate independent labels, strong ones coming up. You name it, Rockefeller, Rough Riders, So Def, Bad Boy, of course.
Hmm.
So these people were pushed by major distribution. So basically, I was saying to myself when I went solo as an MC, because I was part of a group, and like, shout out to my group GhostLand again, that I don't want to wait around for a record deal. Just shopping a demo was passe, and then with the
Right.
internet age in the early 2000s advancing so much with MySpace to Facebook, etc., it was like I need an independent platform. All I need is distribution to put my stuff in stores and on digital platforms. So I came up with Regiment Records, and it's been a go since then, since around 2007. I'm like, I'm gonna be my own imprint. I'm gonna put myself out. Why wait? Why wait? It's been long enough.
I just think it's amazing because a lot of times people say that they want to have their own label, but they don't actually know how to even get it started or have the courage to do that. So I was kind of amazed when I seen that you started that pretty early
I can't
on in
front.
your career.
I took like Jay-Z's a big part of like how Jay-Z's blueprint went with that. As far as I'm gonna put myself out, I'm gonna be the feature artist. We're gonna recruit more artists to follow, more strong, independent-minded artists from different genres I would like to do, and then build it from that base up. I got my son underneath me too. Shout out to my son Sacrifice. He's in the building. He's in the crib. And I'm very proud
Shout
of
out to
what
him.
he's got going on. So, yeah.
Wow. We got DJ Styles,
DJ
631.
Styles, what's good, Styles?
Shout out to Alvin Smith. Oh my goodness, he's an amazing person all around. I always tell people every time when I see him on here that he was in, oh gosh, the movie The Shy. I mean the series The Shy. Yeah.
Oh yes. Was he the one that played what was his name? The character that was on up until recently. That was with Jericho.
I think he just told me when it was too. I think it was episode. Which season was it? Season 1. It was either season 1, season 2.
I followed that.
It was
show,
enough.
so
Yeah, and he had walked up
I
to
when they were
in that when he bought his food truck.
Yeah.
Remember when he bought his food truck? He had walked up to buy something when he was like right under that dark area in that bridge. Yeah, the tacos. Thank you.
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
Taco truck. Yeah.
The guy the dude that had the food truck.
Not the dude that had the food truck, the one that was purchasing something from it. Season 1,
one
episode 9. I knew it was something like that. Thank you.
He
Season
played the
1,
thug.
episode
He played
9.
The thug dude, right? The thug dude that ran the clique. I forget the East Side Mob or something like that. Was he the gangster guy?
No, he wasn't a gangster guy.
But anyway,
but anywho, shout out to him, right? Yes, everybody go and follow GhostLand Grand.
Yeah, follow my IG, y'all, man. Get with it, man. Get with the wave. GhostLand Grand on Instagram. Regiment.
I like that cover. That's why I left it up there. I think that's really dope. That's definitely an accomplishment. What did that creative process look like for that project?
As far as the track itself, I had listened to a couple tracks by my brother Grams, and this one was really dark. This beat in particular was dark.
Yeah,
but I was feeling the vibe, and I felt it would be real suitable for drag, for his guest appearance, and I was right. I feel I was right so far with it, and hopefully in the future we can co-collab again on some other joints, man. And I'm just trying to really push this to the fullest and let the whole world get a taste of what I got in store for this album, man, because this is one of the lead tracks on the album. Blessings, Failures, and Achievements is the title, is the album, and the track and the video's out as well.
What did that creative process look like when you were creating this? Ever wonder why?
Oh,
that, I mean, the title alone, I'm ready to purchase it, because who haven't wondered why?
Ever wonder why I'm so fly? The shorties say he's that guy, he's that dude. It's just the process of how when I write, I just write with how the vibe is taking me, and that was the whole vibe that was taking me to that zone right there. And I was just like, people wonder why I do what I do, or they might say like, why does he do what he do? But this is why, because it's just part of my everyday. It's who I am. I like to stay fresh. I like to stay fly. and I like to stay moving forward, you know. And it's just a vibe. It's just a vibe out track. Put you
Just
in a good mood.
oh no, definitely. I love everything about it. The production is amazing, and the words are really, really dope. And
Thank you.
who haven't wondered why though? That's the point of doing choose your path. Like I really want people to know that yes, it looks as if the world is on fire, if that's your perception of what it is. But you can really choose whatever it is that you want to do. Like you can create the life that you want to
It's
create.
subjective, like, you know, it's how the listener takes it in. I like to do songs like that too. Like they all not every song has a direct meaning to that from me. It could be
Uh-huh.
what you take from it, you know? I like
Right.
that. It has layers to it, you know? So if that's what you take from it, there's no right or wrong, you know? It's what the listener absorbs from the track.
I agree with you. I could definitely hear that song in the club as well.
Good, good. I like that.
Yeah. He said, oh yeah, he's putting the song in there. That's dope. So how are you doing during this pandemic?
I've been doing well, fortunately, by the grace of God. You
Uh-huh.
know, I've been stressed, wondering what's coming next, like everybody else in the world. But
Hmm.
financially, um, employment-wise, I've been well. I work in healthcare. I'm a working man, you know. So unfortunately, my job has been in demand. Um, I got 2 jobs, so I'm working day and night.
Hmm.
3 jobs counting my rap career. So I've been fortunate enough to be in the hot zones, but still been safe. Not turn up positive for anything. I get checked. I
Yeah.
get checked. I was twice a week, but I'm good. I'm strong. I'm healthy, and I'm staying youthful. And you know, I've been maintaining through the by the grace of God, me and my family as well. You know, not just me.
Right, exactly, exactly. Wow. For me, I feel like I've been doing quite well. This is a great season for me, thank God. But it doesn't mean that I don't sometimes feel the pain that others feel, or I don't understand what others are going through. I think that's the really dope thing about trusting the journey. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think a lot of the frustration is that we want it to happen when we want to happen, right? And if
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
happen that way, then we're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm out here grinding day in and day out, and I still can't eat like I want to, you know?
Hmm.
And then you realize as you continue on that it's a process, and you would rather go through the process the way that it needs to happen and let it unfold, because man, when you come to that journey and you come to that destiny, it's like you don't ever have to ever want anymore on a financial sense. Like you don't have to worry about that. And if you're living in your purpose too, like I feel like, you know, for me and my belief, God always provides.
Yeah,
What am I
definitely.
worried about?
I, I told people before, like, I grew up in the church. I'm not perceived like I don't want, you know, a big holy roller or whatever the title or
Hmm.
label you want to put on it. But I do
Uh-huh.
have faith, and the old saying is what, want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans, you know,
Right.
because Lord knows I've been on my knees many a night saying, God, man, I don't know if I can hang in there anymore, man. It's gotta happen now. If it's gonna happen, it needs to happen now. But each year I endure, and he pushes more opportunities my way, more doors open, and it keeps me going and it keeps me strong. Like, yo, that's why I have a sense of purpose, you know. So that's why I'm
Oh,
here.
you
It's
have
beyond the
to.
fame, it's beyond the money. All that will come, but he's been providing so far, you know. So
Yeah. Long as you're living in your purpose, you don't ever have to worry about a thing. So that's a good thing when you can actually recognize what that purpose is. And that's not work. You know what I mean? Work is when you got to go in and you clock in and you're doing a job description. But when we're able to live in our purpose, we're constantly creating. There is no work. There's something that I enjoy doing. I can sit here for hours and write and listen to music all day long. I was in the studio and I went in at 9 o'clock, the sun was coming up, and you know, time doesn't even exist. Time only exists when, you know, when you're clocking in. I congratulate you for even opening up to that and saying like, hey, I'm a hardworking man and I got my music too. I'm
oh,
doing
that's
both.
facts. My story is a little unique, I feel, compared to most rappers, most MCs these days, because
Hmm.
I'm a family man first. You know, I'm still going through the transition. So basically, like, I'm always pursuing music, and hip hop is my main passion, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a songwriter first. And it's like, as long as my family and my household's taken care of, I can do what I got to do with my passion, my music, with a clear conscience, you know, with a full heart. So that's what my priorities. I always got to keep a balance. You know, I wasn't one of those dudes that I blew up in my teens or whatever, but that's all good because now
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lot more mature for what's to come, and it's gradually been building. So that's a beautiful thing. So I feel blessed. You know, I have insight I feel I wouldn't have had when I was younger.
Absolutely. Oh man, yeah, you said blessings.
That's the name of the album. Blessings, failures, and achievements. You know.
Challenges helps us discover things that we never even knew about ourselves. We didn't even know. We don't know unless you go through it. That's the only way we're going to get through it anyway. What about, is there like a favorite song that you have that you just love to perform before
Before
COVID?
the outbreak,
Yeah.
before I had to do it virtually,
Yes.
um, I haven't performed any of the songs off my coming album yet, and that's what I'm very much looking forward to do live.
Okay.
Um, the stuff I've had been off my previous releases, which were mixtapes. You know, I've
Uh-huh.
released 5 mixtapes. The 5th one
I
being a
seen that.
collection of my regiment army of my labels movement. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a big move, putting out my first real solid album release, because I'm putting out to the fullest extent as much promotion and as much push as I possibly can do to get it to everybody, because I got something for everybody on the LP. Everybody, you know, for the backpackers, for the people who wants to hear the thought provoking joints, the joints that beat in the club. Yeah, I got the joints that
Yeah.
vibe out with the smoke plays. I smoke, you know, I drink, I get my little drink on, you know. But yeah, man, I got something for the ladies. I got something for the working man, the working brothers that bringing home dinners to the kids, putting food on the table. I don't think we get enough respect or enough acknowledgement, because, you know, there's a lot of brothers independent. You know, I gotta tell you, I was a single father before my wife and I married. You know, we were together, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Me and my first
Uh-huh.
wife had split. You know, I had got custody of my son, and I brought my son up since under my roof since he was 5 years old. You know, so I know what it's like to be there for your family, still grind out and work, and still pursue a dream at the same time. You know, so shout out to all the brothers doing that. Salute, Kings. Word.
Absolutely. There's a favorite quote that I like to share. One of the greatest enemies of fulfillment of purpose is procrastination and broken focus. Have you ever felt like there was a time, that's Dr. Cindy Trim, by the way. Have you ever felt like a time where you just felt like, I can't stay focused. I gotta, you're not really contributing to your gift, so to speak.
Not as much in the last few years, but that's why I go so hard now. Because I felt when I was younger and I had more opportunity to do so,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take full advantage of everything I could have done. I pursued every opportunity I could have done to the fullest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't leave no stone unturned. I don't let the grass grow beneath my feet, you know? I'm sitting here taking advantage of everything that comes my way. And if I do miss an opportunity, by the grace of God, hopefully I get it back and it comes back double, you know? And another
Oh, it
door opens
always
quicker.
does.
Yeah, I'm resilient now, man. Every once in a while, I'm human. I get down like, damn, man, like, I want so much more out of this shit. But
Yeah.
I sometimes while you're in motion, it's hard to realize every mile you've taken, every step you've taken during the journey, until you really make yourself step back and look back. Like, every 2 years, I've done so much, man. I mean, like, I was driving an Altima when I first bought this house. I'm driving a Benzo now.
I
Like,
know,
I mean,
I've seen it.
it's not all about material stuff, but it's about
Right.
the work is coming back to me. The reward is coming back to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting the tidal wave of blessings sooner or later, and I'm already getting them. So
Absolutely. I think when I made my vow years ago that I wanted to be a millionaire, it was never for
you made that vow, huh? You made
yeah, a long
it.
time ago. You have to be in that place before you get there. I mean, you have to see it. That's why you don't focus on like whatever the current circumstances is. Like you can be in 2 jobs today and tomorrow it's only a phone call away. I mean, it's not that deep. You know what I mean? It's not that
Word.
deep.
Facts. I try my best to be prepared for opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's all I can do and stay consistent.
Mm.
So it's like right now I feel like I'm in a transition. God already gave me the tools I need to survive and then some and fulfill my dream. So
Right.
keep pushing. And if I stop now, all my time and energy for over the years will be for naught anyway. I can't have that. That's yo, Kanye had what Kanye said. For me, the hardest thing is giving up. Is not trying. You know, most people they can say they cannot do it. For me, if I don't even try, I don't even know what would have happened.
How would you even know?
I only get one
Exactly.
life, and Lord knows how long I'm here for. To me, I'm in legacy mode. Everything I'm trying to do is legacy. So people can look back after I'm gone and be like, all right, that brother, he had it together. He knew what he wanted out of life, and he went for it.
Right. And that's the thing. We got to take it, but we got to take it off of us sometimes and really keep our eye on what the gift is, keep our eye on the purpose and focus on that so that we can be a benefit for each other. It's about, you know, when you think about business, it's commerce and exchange. What product do I have that you need and what do you have that I can benefit from? We both can benefit from each other. Like we're having this conversation, right? I'm getting something. I always got my pen. I'm writing something. I'm learning something new about you, even though I've been following you for years.
That's what I'm saying. Ask away. Questions you've been wondering about, you know.
I've been following you for years, and I'm like, Long Island, wow. I moved away from Cleveland about 14 years ago, and I am currently now in Connecticut. And wow, that is Long Island. I go there.
What you saying? What you saying?
Long Island, like I never go over there.
You
That's
need to
one builder
try.
I never like, other
You
than
need
when I
to. If
go
you're in
over to Port
Connecticut, you're not that.
Jefferson.
You're right over the Long Island Sound, right? You like
Yeah.
how we go to Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun, what have you. Take a little trip over to the other side, man, because you know we got it's dope out here. When I was younger, I used to want to be like most of my friends are from the city, the Bronx. Shout out to my brother Scrooge and Nettles Owens. They from the BX, you know.
Okay.
My brother Boyce Owens, he's from Long Island like me. Some of my other comrades in the clique, and we've always been proud of what we, you know, from being out here because we had the best of both worlds. It's suburbs, but it's not country, you know. And I don't live in Nassau County. I live in Suffolk County, but there's a lot of legacy out here, man. And put it this way, rappers come out here when they want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city and try to have space, especially since the damn pandemic. Most people just been moving out of the city and like, yo, I need a house on Long Island. Get up in everybody's face. I need the grass and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
A lot of people have brought their kids out here for a better life than what they had when they came up in the city and stuff like that. But depending on where you live on out here, man, it pops off anywhere.
I've been there, but I never had to like, you know, go there on a consistent basis. I spend a lot of time in the city. Well, I used to, not now with the pandemic. I'm quarantining.
It sucks. Look, it's expensive out here. It's expensive as fuck. That's why I'm always look. If it was any other way, I would have been down south by now. But I love where I'm at, and my mother and father are still up here. You know, my inner family, and I still have a bucket list of things I'm trying to explore and do up here. I bought the crib, all that. That's nice and stuff. But I'm trying to like it's just expensive out here, and it sucks. It's so political. But it forces you to always have to hustle.
Oh, no, it definitely does. Let me tell you, it's no different living in Connecticut either. Like, it's just across the water.
It's probably a little cheaper, I assume.
Just a little bit, maybe, depending. I don't know. I had a friend buy a home in LA instead of buying a home in Stamford, Connecticut. So I don't know. It depends. Because you have to think, like, we got Greenwich, Connecticut, which is very expensive. But I don't worry about those things.
I just survive. I just I do, but I know what's going on. I'm aware because I'm the one paying the bills. But I do what I gotta do and I push forward, you know, and I know.
let me tell you the hardest thing about becoming a millionaire and making $1 million is actually believing that you can. That's it. It's a
That's what I was
belief
thinking too.
system.
I think
No, that's what it is.
when I really started speaking stuff into existence of what I
Uh-huh.
wanted and really started embracing who I was beyond my talent, just me as an individual of what I
Like
want out
what
of
you
life,
sipping on. Hmm.
it just started falling into place, you know?
Well,
So,
everybody know I'm sipping on coffee. What you sipping on?
oh, right now, I'm sipping on a little screwdriver right now. Little screwdriver, a little bud. I'm good, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's simply a belief system. I mean, most of my friends, my inner circle are multimillionaires and one is a billionaire, but I don't count people's pockets. I don't think that that matters. If you're giving me love, you come in with love, you come in with respect, and we're both being beneficial to each other. I don't feel like you're a liability in my life, then you're definitely my friend. You know, just that. Like I just know that it's just really that it doesn't sound that simple because it really isn't because there's a lot of stuff that happens in between. But once you get there, you're like, oh, well, I ain't do this a long time ago. I was tripping, hanging on to that, thinking that I wouldn't be able to survive if I let that go. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You see everything in hindsight. The hindsight 2020 is mad true though, you know. When you start reflecting back on certain things, you know, you're like, yo, but that's life.
Oh, thank you guys for buying the badges. We were trying this thing out. The marketing team sent me something and want me to try it out, and it
Yeah,
looks
you
like
sent
it's
me something
working.
too. You sent me
Oh,
something.
yes. So I have this sponsor, 10K Cards.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is a digital business card. Now that we're in this pandemic that we're in, it's a really cool thing because you can social distancing. They can just scan the QR code from your phone, and all your social media and your website and everything pops up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice. That's dope. That's
yeah, it's
dope.
pretty cool, right?
Anything that
Yeah.
expands the brand, I love. I'm
I'm
for it.
just leaving that on there because I just absolutely love that, and I want people to look for it or go. Is it's not out yet, or is it out yet? Because I know I got it early. Is it out? That
It's
single?
my single with
When does
Dragon.
yeah? Uh huh.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Ever Wonder Why is out on all major digital platforms right now as we speak. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, Google
Thank you.
Play, Napster, you name it, it's on it. And I'm excited about that, man, because it's my first real industry track
Mm-hmm.
with a known industry legend, and the track is fire all day hard. I mean, I'm not just being conceited. Even if it wasn't me on the track, I'd be like, yo, you need to go download that shit right now and give it a good listen because this cat is spitting and it's got me in a whole nother zone and it's putting some real hip hop back in the game, you know? So like, word. But peace to everybody doing their thing, though. Respect to everybody. I ain't no hater.
No, I mean definitely. I think I was saying the other day, we need everyone to be in their lane. There's no such thing as there's too many people doing a certain thing. You know, I heard someone say, "Oh my God, they got like thousands and thousands of publicists or whatever." Yeah, that may be true, but it's only one me. And it's only one me to do it the way that I do it. And she does it the way she does it, or he does it the way that he does it. We all need to be moving and living in our purpose. Just like with the music. You your own sound. Nobody else sounds like you. I mean, like
And,
that's
and, and
impossible.
everybody's journey is unique to what they're doing, you know? So, like, yeah, people can be inspired and have the influences, of course, you know? But
Right.
nobody can have my creative process of how I put my shit together with my music. And it can't happen. It won't happen because I have now a perfect balance and chemistry, a formula of what makes me me now that
Uh-huh.
I'm just expanding on. And like, what I'm telling y'all people, man, my album, Blessings, Failures, and Achievements is coming out in October. There's 14 tracks on there. One of them is a bonus track. When I
Oh
tell you
man.
that there's no age bracket on this album, and I shocked myself at what I came up with, what I brought to the table creatively, you know? And what the few guest appearances I do have on the album, shout out to everybody who guest starred on the album, who wrote for a feature. My brother Bogart, shout out to my brother Bogart, shout out to my my musical brother Tony Pruden. Shout out to my Ghostland crew, Scrooge, Nettles, Boyce, what's good? These cats, man, it's just like, it's beautiful, man. It's just like, I sit back and I'm very proud of it already. So now all I gotta do is push it properly. So
That's sick because you got the team.
Definitely all day. And I got the ambition too. So it's just like, it's just making the steps, just making the proper steps fall in place.
I know, but when you think about, remember the movie 300?
Yeah, King Leonidas, yeah. Huh?
Right. Okay. So he's his own man, and we all know that he is the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he went to go and fight war, he had an army with him. It didn't matter that their number was only 300 and the other team had millions and thousands. He had his 300. His 300 was strong. They was ready for they was ready to fight. Sparta, this is Sparta, yeah. Yeah, they was ready to go, and everybody, and that's the thing with your team. Like, if everyone is focused on making sure that we win and we do the best that we can and get this out to the people and the masses amount of people, then you can't lose. That's why I think it's dope that you got a team. A lot of times people are they don't have a team.
I'm sorry, pardon me. My brother asking me how much is the single to download. The single is 90. I believe it's 99 cents on most of the platforms that I've seen. You know, 90. Who doesn't have $1? Who doesn't have $1 for good music? I mean, stop playing around. Stop playing with yourself, man. Go out there and get some real music in your life, man. No, for real though. I can't say enough about that track. I don't mean to get off course from what you were saying.
Yeah.
But I think that somebody had asked, man.
Oh no, you gotta answer it. Go ahead. Because I know that the comments will go by. Hi, Dr. Adrian Daisley. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Shout out to PK Entertainment 17 again. Great team. It works with the team. As you can see, you can say, hey, can you send that email over to this person, this appointed person? Or, you know what I mean? Like, and that frees up a lot of your time where you can create, you can spend time with your family, you can do whatever it is that you need to do to get forward in your life. So it is important when we have a team. So we definitely shout out to your team because that's dope. Everybody don't have a team. So a lot of people that wish they had a team. We can do a lot ourselves, but we can do even more when we got a team. So that's why I brought that up.
Facts.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to my sponsor. Speaking of teams, shout out to my sponsor, 10K Cards. He said he'll upload your new track. He's gonna add it to the digital business card, your new track, so people can just go onto the card and then they can just buy it. That's really dope.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's really dope. Yeah, I usually don't. I'm leaving it on there the entire time because you had a great designer. Took
the cover. You mean the artwork? I didn't shout him out. Yo, I'm sorry.
You gotta shout him out.
Shout out to my brother, Culture Freedom. Culture Freedom. That's a unique name, right? Culture Freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful.
I love it's as unique as his artwork, man. It speaks for itself. This guy's a monster, man. He I think he went to school for anime and other type of stuff. This guy, if I pitch to him an idea. He sees the vision and he captures it, and to see my idea on artwork back at me like overnight sometimes just blows me away. And I've been doing business with him for about 5 years now, and I'm going to continue to do so. The people who bring me great results and see my vision without hesitation and resistance. I'm not talking about yes men, but I'm just saying people who feel the vibes and see the dream and know how I like to be represented. If it ain't broke, I tend to deal with them forever, man. Like, for real. And like, while things hit the upper echelon, they coming with me. Like, I don't change horses in the middle of the race. I ain't one of them cats. Don't have to.
And that's good that he can do that. I mean, that's art. That's what happens. I learned that when I was talking to a good friend of mine a few conversations ago, and he's a choreographer, and I was saying, like, how do you do that? And he literally takes whatever their idea is, and he expresses it in body movement. So everyone plays a very important part. Even when you think about the producer has to understand you and your sound and be tuned into your frequency in order to make a sound that works with your voice so that
I
people
got three
can,
main
you get,
ones. Three ones that are like my Triton, that are my pyramid, that I like to use, that really see the dream, but they each got their own different flavor, their own different blend of spices that separate them from, so my shit doesn't sound redundant. I don't like to sound repetitive. So that's cool though, you know, and I love it. Shout out to NATO. Shout out to my bro Grams. You know, we've been putting out some dope ass material, man.
who inspires you the most? Or who inspired you growing up?
My
Let's say
grandmother.
that. Tell me about it.
Oh man, rest in peace to Virgie Tinsley, Virginia Tinsley, my grandmother. She passed away in August of 2019, and I miss her greatly. But I had a lot of time to enjoy her and learn from her. So I absorbed her like a sponge, and I feel like she's a big part of my existence. A big part of my drive and my hustle comes from her. Very independent, strong-minded Black woman that was very successful at a time of the most resistance in American culture, like during the Civil Rights Movement. My grandmother owned an adult home, a nursing home, owned two. She had a lot of real estate, owned several gas stations and stuff like that during the 60s and 70s and stuff. So
that's amazing.
I came up with all this entrepreneurship around me like it was normal.
That is amazing.
You know, and I'm just seeing that now, like, I can't do no less. Like, how can people do less when you already had greatness in your family and your roots, you know? So I'm just trying to do things within my lane, but with her type of ambition, you know?
Oh man, my grandmother raised me. And that's where the coffee comes from, because we would sit at the table and we would have a cup of coffee and a conversation. So here we are having a conversation, and I'm having my coffee that came from my grandmother. The knowledge and wisdom that she bestowed upon me, I can't even put a dollar sign on that. For me to leave an abusive relationship and move to the East Coast with my children alone with no family, and here we are, is a testimony to say that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. When I say that I've been on Dr. Oz show several times, I say that to inspire. When I say that I sat and had a conversation, you know, across from Steve Harvey, I say that to inspire. When I say that I was graced to be a project that went #1 in 15 countries with Tyrese Gibson, his last Black Rose album, I can go on and on and on.
I
These
salute
are
that.
things,
I
you know,
salute you.
it's a belief system. And I want people to know that, like, once you change your mindset, there is no limit. We was just having a conversation and laughing with Anthony Hamilton, because I manifest that and made that so. I believe that my superpower is being able to connect to make sure that I'm giving something back to the people. So you always have to think that even when you become a multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever it is, and whatever is in your cards, always make sure that you give back to the people, because that's how it keeps coming back to you. You know what I mean? I was given when I didn't have anything to give. But when you're ready to start foundations, when you want to do international things, and you need money. And for some reason, us as a culture, a lot of times we don't like to talk about it, but we get up every day and we hunting for it. I don't understand that. No, I want to start talking about it more. I don't talk necessarily about bragging about my pockets or what I do. If I do share a story, it's once again just to inspire. So
Yeah.
it's change your mind. Just change your mind. And how we're looking at things. We tend to, I heard a guy say, live on the what if island. Like, we live there. Like, we got a one-way ticket. We are not going anywhere else. We are on the what if island. What if I do this, then what's going to happen? Or I don't think I'm going to be able to pay this bill. What if I don't pay? It's always all these what ifs and all of these questions. And it's like, now we're in this pandemic, I think it's given us an opportunity to look at ourselves, right? I posted that, I think, in my story. It's literally me versus me. This entire experience that we're having, even though your face is reflecting back in mine, I still see myself, and it's still always back to me versus me. And when we can think about that, we're like, hey, I got to go do my best, because I got to let my peoples know back at home that they can do it too. I can write them a check. I can send them money. I can cash up all day long, but I want to show you by my actions and things that I've done, so that you can hopefully be inspired and pull yourself out too.
Recently, and I don't say this to brag, I just say this because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I've had several people that I've came up with stop and tell me, like, yo, Grant, I gotta tell you. And I'm like, what are they getting at already? Like, you know, I'm expecting criticism or something. It's just naturally the way I am sometimes. And I'm like, I gotta tell you, man, like, brother, I look up to you, man. I respect what you do. I respect the way you represent yourself, the way you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you represent, your passion, your drive, and like, keep doing what you do, man. I mean, some of them, these people are people I looked up to when I was younger. Some of them are people I'm just becoming familiar with in the last year, 2 or 3. But
Yeah.
it's a lot to me because, you know, I just try to keep myself positive, to keep myself going. Because there's been times where I had to be my biggest motivator. Most of the time.
We
My
got to do
biggest
that every
support
day when
system.
we wake up. I hope you're saying that to yourself as soon as you wake up.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
not everybody wants you to win, you know?
Yeah. But it's not for them. It's not for them to see it. It's not for them to understand it. It's not for them. Like, the biggest tragedy in this life is for you not to fulfill your purpose. That is a tragedy.
That's why I said
That
you only go around once, man.
that
I
is a
don't want to wake up
tragedy.
like 70, like, oh man, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have did that, or I wish I would have. Nah, man, I got it like every day, right now, right now.
Right now. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Mm. We live in a world that is very congested with content. Content is everywhere, right?
What
How
kind
do
of
you,
content?
music, how do you stay true and distinctive to yourself, where you don't feel like you need to conform to a certain sound for people to grab hold of your music and want to download it?
Balance. It's it's balance, and with music, that's a big form of survival. And a lot of cats don't recognize that, and I mean by you have to keep your artistic integrity at all times. I understand you make music for
Mm-hmm.
yourself, but you also got to provide people with what they want, like to hear. So you got to make yourself happy at the same time, make the public happy. I listen to a lot of different music, and I don't always listen to a lot of rap sometimes. But when I'm listening to hip hop, I'm aware of what's going on, and I'm aware of the sound. So I can absorb what's going on and still stay true to my identity and still keep my
Okay, that's
flow
dope.
and the way I
Mm.
spit without sounding like a clone of somebody else. And some guys, some rappers, they can sound the same for 20 years. They don't have to change. It's beautiful. Like Nas, he's like that kind of guy. He cannot change styles like that.
That's him.
And
Yeah.
everybody still loves boom, 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 boom. Me, I like, and I'm not saying anything, I don't want to sound crazy. But as far as showing growth, that I show tremendous growth. I can still provide basic fundamentals for the backpackers who love the boom bap, the lyricism, the hard hitting shit, you know, the flows. But I can still provide the vibe a lot of these young kids want to hear, and a lot of these, you know, I mean, like, I don't even just mean young kids. I mean, people our age now, man, they have more of a liberal mind towards music sometimes. Not everybody's a big crab towards music. Like, people, there's a time and a place for every vibration.
Uh-huh.
So
Absolutely.
I try to just have a diverse platter. So when you hear it, you know, you're like, damn, man, this cat, he's definitely not one dimensional, you know? So.
Ooh, that's good. There's this song I was listening to. I listen to it a lot. Everybody loves Sunshine, right? And I always think about that. Like, everybody loves sunshine, but no one wants to stand in the rain. I really look at this time. I've seen a lot of people, hashtagging cancel, and it just does something to my inside when I see that, because it's like, I don't want this year to cancel, because then that means that then I no longer exist. I was talking to my friend yesterday, a good friend, Dr. Adrian Daisley, and we talk about. I was a science major, so I absolutely love healthcare. And you work in healthcare, so you'll understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the electrocardiogram, the waves are going up and down, right? And if any of those waves are kind of like they're not right, the rhythm is off, and you have atrial fibrillation, or the person could be in the works of a heart attack. All kinds of things happen with the heart. So when you think about our life, it goes in ways. It's up, it's down, it's all of those things. And I think that if we find ourselves in a way where we can keep our mindset like a warrior, where no matter what it looks like, we sustain ourselves, right? That's how we survive, I believe. No matter what situation I've ever found myself in, whether I was homeless, being in a domestic violence shelter, losing absolutely everything except my mind, I always kept my mind and always kept my mind looking forward 10 years ahead of time. You know what I mean? I'm always 10 years ahead of time. So when you look at now, I say all that to say, like when you look at now versus like when you started, now we're in this social media digital world. How much do you think that that has impacted music, the music industry?
The pandemic wise, I feel like right now nobody should have any whack content. Everybody should have something to say. I mean, how could you not have something to say? I mean, you don't necessarily have to get political, but you can voice what you feel the climate is in the air of what's
Right.
going on. Because right now, something affects everybody with everything what's going on. I feel nobody should have any whack. I mean, I know music is subjective.
Uh-huh.
Get me wrong, but nobody should have any whack ass fucking music right now. I'm saying, like, really, like, there's no excuse for it. Everybody, if nobody's doing shows like that except virtually and stuff like that, you have plenty of time to rethink what you wrote, rethink your approach, or rethink your content, or what have you. You know, so
If you
everybody,
choose.
yeah, you can pick and choose more. And
If you
I know
choose, though.
I've had that luxury with the final phase of completing blessings, failures, and achievements. So like, take advantage of that, man, and like put out the best content you can put out. Even if your content is just putting out music that just make you vibe and go crazy, well then put out the best vibe and crazy stuff because you have plenty of time to focus on what makes you you. So it's just like
Right.
nobody has an excuse to have mediocre joints right now. You know, like really, I don't think so, man.
Yeah. I don't ever think, honestly, when I look at music, I don't think that anybody's is whack or anything. That I just sometimes I don't even want to critique anyone's music because I've seen the process and what it takes. And if it feels good to them, then they're not wrong. That's what it feels like to them.
I vary on opinion with that, but I do.
Yeah.
The one thing I do agree on is that music and art in itself is very subjective, and people take from it what they will.
Right.
So, like, you know, I come from an era where there had to be a degree of art, of lyricism, or a degree of talent, but that's perceived differently upon the listener, and you don't have to listen to something you don't like.
That's true.
So,
Right.
like,
That's definitely true.
so
I mean, of course, there's some that I listen to and I'm like, wow, they didn't get it. This isn't mixed. Or who did the engineer on it? Who's the engineer on this? Did you get a producer or did you get this from a beat maker? You can tell the difference on certain things like that. Of course, when you think about professional level and you want things to be industry ready, you're going to make sure that you invest in yourself so that the things sound crisp and they sound the way that it needs to sound. But if you don't, you get what you pay for, right?
most definitely.
Yeah. So I can, I no, I totally get it. How did you get into music? I don't know if you told us that. How did you get into it?
It has no origin. Like, as long as I've been alive, just remember always vibing. My dad's a big instrument in that because came up in the early '80s where the parents had the big stereo systems, the big speakers. My father had his whole record collection against the speakers and on this shelf he had, and I came up hearing all those tunes when hip hop was forming, everything. So music's always been part of me, and it's not just been. It's been all kinds of music too. You know, I'm a drummer. I'm into instrumentation. Oops, pardon me.
It's okay.
So yeah, man. Music has been part of my life. My grandmother again cultivated that because I wanted to take drum lessons, and my grandmother had me take piano and organ lessons. And
Wow.
that was cool though because it taught me music theory. It taught me a lot of stuff I would not have ordinarily had learned, and it increased my passion. And I feel like it increased my IQ for music. So I'm more than just a rapper. I'm like I said, I'm a musician.
That is so cool because I had my good friend Craig Hanley on recently because he's a songwriter. And literally he I think he shared this like on one of his songs. I mean, he did like a for a dog commercial and he made like $15,000 and it was only for like a minute. I think this whole song was like a minute long. Like he makes so much money on songs that just having fun
That's
with
dope.
it.
That's dope.
And
It's
so
beautiful.
he kind of gave like a little bit of of his blueprint on my Instagram live, and it was really cool because I talk to a variety of people. If anyone see any of my conversations prior to the doctors, music artists, artists. I just want to have conversations because the world looks different. I don't think that I can just talk to one group of people because that's not what the world looks like. The world is so vast with so many different amazing creative things that people do. I was just on a webinar the other day. Oh my God, some beautiful Black queens. One, she owns her own beauty brand and it's in like over 1,200 stores. The other one, I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot what they did. I think they collect like collectibles or something and they go all over the world. And and the other one, she had built over $55 million in a startup. And I was like, wow, I'm inspired. And then there was a Black king on there. He owns a watch company. He's I think he's originally from South Africa, but he now lives in London. But it was just amazing. There's amazing people out here, and I'm hoping that every time when someone sees these conversations, they get inspired. They get inspired by your story and hearing, you know, you're a father, um, and you work and you build your dream at the same time, and you have an amazing team. So you're gonna go far. I mean, that's not even a question.
And I never sleep. I never sleep.
No, you better get some sleep.
Never. I never sleep.
I used to be that way. I used to like work like crazy, run a couple businesses and doing all of this stuff and never was sleeping. And then 2017, I found myself in intensive care where my heart has stopped. And I said, no
What? I
way.
had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I had disappeared for
Girl,
like a
get
whole
out of here.
year.
Oh my God, man. That's
Yeah.
scary. That's
Because you know what?
scary.
I was like, you know, I said that I wouldn't make the let's see, should I say mistake? I don't want to say it's a mistake, but I don't want to put myself out there ever again, God willing that he keeps me my health good, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to put myself out there where a lot of people, I don't think you should invite people into your healing process. All of those people because they don't mean you any good. You know what I mean? Like I know how important energies and frequencies and all of that stuff is.
Well, you
So
be
if
like
I'm
some people just
yeah,
ambulance chasers. They just want to be there to report to other people of what they're seeing
oh, I
going
didn't want
on.
to do that. I think I did. Like I had got on when I was in the hospital. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. Now while I heal, yeah, I was gone for about a year.
Wow. Because I've been friends with you for about 3, 4 years, following you and stuff.
Oh, it's definitely, and I think it's been longer than that.
I think I remember
Probably for me.
2016. I remember 2016, but what have you? I see what you do, and I'm a big admirer.
Thank you.
I respect everything you do. I follow you. I see you on Instagram, and I feel the respect is very mutual, and that's dope. You know, and
Oh no, definitely. I think the respect is so mutual that I thought that you came from my hometown. Not that my hometown give me that much love.
shout, shout
But
out to
I thought you
Cleveland,
was from my
Ohio.
hometown. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio.
I hope to
It's
go there again
you
soon.
would hope that everybody from home, that's not even reality. You would hope that everybody from home supports and love you and want to see you win, but that's not always the case. But I always I operate with love no matter what. So I give, yeah, love to my hometown. Love to my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. Wow, you got family there, so I
Yeah, I love
understand.
my
It's a pretty
family
cool
there.
city.
I love my family there. And
It's a pretty cool city.
yeah, man, it's popping. It's been too long. Hopefully, I could do some shows there and get up close and personal with my new fans that love the
Hmm.
album, that love the songs. I want to know what songs you feeling, what songs inspire y'all, what gets you popping, what gets your day motivated in the morning. You know what gets you partying at night. You know, so let's
And
go,
it's going
man.
to be 14. It's going to be 14 tracks on there, right? Did you say
Yeah,
14?
there's
Yeah.
13 of them. It's a bonus track on there. A Grand Puba remake I made with Tony Pruden that I love the track, and it had to definitely go on there. Shout out to Grand Puba from Brand Nubian. He had, gave me his blessing to put the track on there. It's a remake of What Goes Around, 360 Degree, but it's called For Real.
Oh, that is so great.
That's just
And
so much
shout out
fun.
again to my sponsor, my amazing sponsor, 10K Cards. I really appreciate everything that you do for each and every one of my guests. These digital business cards is the way of the future. That is something that I came off the top of my head. It almost sounds like an infomercial, but it's the truth. Now that we don't know like what's going on and how long we're going to be social distancing and whatnot, and I think it's really dope that you can like just take your phone and someone can get all of your social media information and your website and where to buy your
Yeah.
products all in one place. That's pretty dope, right? And
Yep.
thank everyone who has donated. I really appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. So today, I usually say, "Give me a word," right? But I got something different. I have these three words, and just tell me what they mean to you.
Okay.
Trust, faith, and truth.
Trust is almost synonymous with loyalty to me for some reason. I don't know why, because the first thing I think of when I hear trust is loyalty.
Okay.
So, and then the second one was faith, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep, faith.
Faith is the most important one to me almost. Because faith requires you to believe in something you don't always see, but you feel it. You know?
You know it. You know
So you
it's
just
there.
know it's there, and you got to acknowledge it, and some people choose not to. So faith is almost out of this world, otherworldly. So faith is the strongest one. Truth is very important because that's character.
Uh-huh.
Truth is character, and truth is a sense of purpose. Because if you're living a lie, you're moving in the wrong direction. So I feel the truth has got to be a must every second of the day. Faith, you got to have it because it's the only way you're going to move forward. And what was the first one I'm saying? I'm sorry.
And trust, faith, and truth.
Trust.
Yeah.
And trust in yourself that you're going to get up and stick to your motivated plan. I mean, if you're not going to, who else is going to do it for you? Nobody.
Nobody is going to do it. Go ahead and put that drop down for the Grand. Oh my goodness. Let's follow him. GhostLand Grand.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Instagram. I'm GhostLand Grand on Instagram. GhostLand Grand on YouTube. Grand_Regiment on Twitter. Walter Grand Tinsley on Facebook. If you choose to request me, my friends list is pretty full, but there's victims every day that get deleted. Who knows? So I can make space for you.
And make sure that we go and download this digital. It's on all the digital platforms.
Ever wonder
right?
why? Yo.
Ever wonder why?
Ever wonder why
who?
my Grand featuring Dragon from Hood Entertainment / Rough Riders. Download it. It's on every major digital platform. There's no excuse. Get curious. And so on YouTube, I got a visualizer I put up the other day. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, GhostLand Grand. I'm telling you, you get a preview of what you're going to purchase. What could be better?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your gift of time.
Thank you.
Sharing some of your wisdom, sharing your amazing creative project. I'm looking forward to your project to come, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you so much.
Hope
Have a
you
good night.
Again. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Peace.